what is going to happen. Regularly, you are going to go to the setup and you are going to just write here Einstein. And we have a section for Einstein, and we have a lot of things here. Yeah, in this episode or in this session, we are mainly focused on Instant Prediction Builder. This is the tool basically that I'm talking about. And for example, let's check this. As you can see here, we can click on View Scorecard, and basically we are seeing right now the dashboard that we were presenting. For example, in this case, this prediction, the quality for this prediction, it's like a 99, that it's too high, right? So yeah. Then considering the top predictors, we are using like sign up for racers. So this is like standard data and dummy data, of course. And then we have another section of distribution of results. And then if our prediction is enabled, the type of prediction, the object, some filters, and more details, right? Probably for people who is not really familiar with statistics, this is going to sound like Chinese, right? But yeah, in the real world, it's not that Chinese if you understand data. Then what else is going to happen? You can see the type of model that Einstein is using. In this case, is logic regression. And yeah, what are the predictors? So in this case, we are taking this one, sign up for races, yes, and the fields that are on this model and some settings. And of course, the fields that we selected. So, but basically what is, or how I am going to create predictions on a model. So this is not that hard. The only thing that I need, for example, we can define this business scenario. Let's say that I have a group of clients already that they purchased some things to my business a couple months ago or years ago, but now I will open a branch in another country. So I want to confirm if they are going to join that new branch. That would be one way. So in this case, let's call this prediction as client conversion. And of course, it's important, according to best practices, to provide clear and understandable names with proper naming convention, but that would be another session. And then provide a description. About the type of prediction that we are going to use, this is based on statistics as well, but in this case, it's a yes/no prediction. So we are going to get or yes or no. It's like a true or false, or it could be also numeric, and that would represent numeric front. And then we hit on next.
Is the numeric a scale, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
so
going
it could be
to,
like 77.8 or something like that on a scale of 1 to 10 versus somebody else might be a 1.
Yeah, exactly. So basically we are going to get some numbers instead of getting as outputs yes or no.
It's less binary.
Because in this, yes. Then let's check the object that we are using. In this case, it's a contact. But just to clarify this part, I will explain later on, no problem. Contact, we're going to save the contact and move to the next part. And what else is important? The segment. For example, let's suppose that you have territories enabled. You can say, I want the prediction just for this territory, or that just for this line of business. That would be a way to segment data, if, of course, that makes sense for your business. In this case, for like my exercise, it's all the contacts. And what I'm going to do, probably here, it's going to be more understandable, the first yes, no selection that I did, basically. So, for example, let's say that I will have this field is a member of the discount groups already, and I will say yes. So, yes. So that is the truth, that, and based on this value that I'm selecting, basically I'm going to be able to create my prediction. And then what else? I don't need this. And then if you look here, this is my record for the yes outcome. And then here I need to provide the same one and equals false. Yeah. And here, what else we can add? Of course, that you can add multiple fields in order to, yeah, make it like clear or more accurate. But of course, at this point, you need to have someone in your team that will understand the business, but also the data. Otherwise, this could be tricky for you because it's going to be hard to define the criteria. But for someone that works in your company and understand what is happening, it's going to be easier. So no worries about that. In this case, let's say, I don't know, this date.
So Nina, effectively what you're doing here is starting to train the AI on the patterns it's looking for, so it can go see those, it can look through all the records, sort of like it would in a reporting. Yeah, when it's doing a report, it identifies things that meet that criteria. Then it's looking at the patterns of behavior associated with that, so it can find other things that may not meet the final criteria, but based on the other patterns have a high probability. Is that fair?
Yes, exactly. But for example, when we start comparing like historical trends in reports, we need to have different reports and analyze, yeah, specific periods of time. But in this case, we are like filling the model with all at once.
Yeah, it's a
So
training exercise.
it's another
Okay.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, of course, at this point, also you can select the most relevant fields for you. In this case, yeah, it's just a tiny demo. So let's move to the next option. And then, for example, for the values that I provided for my yes or no, I got 49 records found. So the more records that met that criteria we can find, it's better for us because, yeah, basically all the inputs that we provided make sense for the model. And then, yeah, in this case, we have 49. We can move to the next one. And what is happening right now? Yeah, Einstein is going to create a new field for us where we are going to save all the predictions. So let's say demo predictions. Of course, and this will be created automatically. We don't need to do anything. And that would be it. So, as you can see here, we basically completed all the steps that are needed for creating your predictions. Also, we have here this data checker option in green. So this means that all the inputs that we provided will work. And the last step will be to click on build. And once we click here on build, as we can see here, this can take some time because now what is going to happen? The data is going to be analyzed by Einstein. And the magic is happening right now. So let's back here. I will refresh. Look, and I will go to Einstein and prediction builder. So basically, yeah, client conversion, it's in pending status. So, and if you have already a model, yeah, the status will be enabled and so on. But at this point, yeah, we have a pending status. So this means that this is in process. And that would be it. It's not
Great.
that complicated,
So,
right?
yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. Obviously, you need enough data, you need high quality data, and you need to have a good understanding of the business to give it those rules so that the algorithm can be trained. Is that a fair statement? Yeah.
Exactly.
And then once that's done, as the data evolves over time, it's going to continue to identify changes in patterns and behavior and update records, accordingly. Is that fair also?
Yeah, for sure. If you want, we can come back to your presentation.
Okay.
And exactly, basically, it's what you just said. Once the model is deployed, we need to come back to our model and revisit our data, because throughout the time there would be some things that doesn't make sense, and of course at some point we need to improve and scale. So it's likely we are going to deprecate like old models that we were using in order to have like better that are going to provide more efficient predictions.